Sitting at the wheel of his family station wagon, Ray Corson watched the gas gauge needle hover at empty. The red warning light flashed on, and he felt his stomach tighten. He'd been driving for the last hour, making several loops around Seattle's Montlake neighborhood. Part of his route wound through the Arboretum along the edge of Lake Washington. But on this rainy April night, Ray couldn't see the water beyond all the shadowy trees. It was just murky blackness. At a stoplight, he caught his reflection in the rearview mirror. People often mistook him for someone in his early 30s. At 42, Ray loved hearing that. His wavy brown hair hadn't yet turned gray. It helped that he stayed in shape, running laps around the high school track every weeknight. Or perhaps just being around all those teenagers kept him thinking young. But Ray hadn't been to the school in months. He couldn't go back there. That probably explained why the reflection in the rearview mirror was of someone who looked old, haggard, and frightened. With a sigh, Ray leaned back and cracked the window a bit. His 3-year-old son had stepped on a half-full juice box in the back seat over a week ago, and the car still had the sickeningly sweet smell of Hawaiian punch gone bad. The light changed, and he drove on. The fresh air revitalized him, and he took a few deep, calming breaths. He was about to drive past the Arboretum's parking area again. The 2 light posts didn't quite illuminate the entire lot, which was about the size of a basketball court. Beyond it lay the woods and the lake. The lot was empty right now. No one in their right mind would be at the Arboretum on such a cold, crummy, wet night. Still, Ray kept his eyes peeled for a parked car, or maybe the silhouette of a man at the edge of that lot. He suddenly realized his car was veering off the road. Tires squeaked against the curb, and gravel ricocheted against the station wagon's chassis. Startled, Ray twisted the wheel to one side and swerved back into his lane. His heart was racing. "Chill out, for Christ's sakes," he muttered to himself. He'd thought that by now he would be at peace with what was about to happen, but he was still scared. Ray figured he was good for one more loop around the neighborhood before the station wagon would start to fail on him. He glanced in the rearview mirror at the parking lot again. Then he checked the clock on the dashboard. 12:49 a.m. He needed to be back there 11 minutes from now. It would be the end of so many of his problems, including the whole mess at James Monroe High School, where he'd been a guidance counselor. The tension and turmoil with Jenna would be in the past. Jenna and the kids would be covered financially. And maybe his runaway 16-year-old daughter would even come home once everything was over and done with. Ray lowered the window farther and felt the cool rain on his face. He smelled the night air and gazed at the